Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. It's left with a minute for us to start. Please inform everyone. Inform everyone that we are starting. Put on all the pages that we are starting. What we are coming to learn is about life in general. So let's get everybody on board. You can join with your family and friends. I can see some early birds that are already here. Boss Benjamin, welcome. Boss Francis, welcome. Boss Lady, fortunate, welcome. So let's announce on the pages that we are starting. Exactly. Let's inform everyone that we are starting. If you come alone, you will learn. If you come with others, eventually you start earning. Oh, Reverend Biju, good to see you. Good to see you. So let's inform everyone that we are starting right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boss Ezra, good to see you. Good to see you. Boss Henry, good to see you. Boss Lady Kadiatu, good to see you. SNS Possibility, good to see you. Good to see you all. So we'll be starting in a few minutes. So let's inform everyone. It is easy to forget sometimes. So if you remind people, you are helping them. Boss Benjamin, welcome. Auntie Selina, welcome. Oh, from Winneba, good to see you. Boss Noklim, I used to call you boss lady. Sorry. Boss Noklim, good to see you from Hohoe, my childhood town. Good to see you all. So I'll be starting in just a minute. Is it boss or boss lady Ima or Emanuela? Which one is it? Good to see you, boss Abudu. Good to see you. You are all welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, boss lady Lina. Good to see you. Dr. Hans, good to see you. Fanny, Finny, Finny Count, good to see you. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining. I think it's enough. We've waited for 3 minutes for others to join. Good to see you. Before I start, I want you to watch this video. This short video. I want to. Sorry. Okay. Let me start from the beginning. Please, if you can hear the sound, put one in the comment section so I know we are communicating. I'm going to play a video now. You can see the video and hear the sound. Please put one in the comment section.
The reason why emotional intelligence is so important is because somebody that is emotionally intelligent and sound understands what is happening inside of them. They understand and they're aware of the emotions that are coming up within them. And when they understand what's coming up inside of them, they're not reactive. Instead, they allow those emotions to process, they allow themselves to feel them, and then they're able to have a conversation with you about what they're feeling versus getting into defense or attack mode. When you're dealing with someone that is not intelligent, what you're actually dealing with is a wounded human being, someone that is wounded in the version of themselves, and someone that is living as the child version of themselves that is still wounded. So every reaction, every discussion, everything, if it leads to an argument or a fight or a disagreement, it's because they're being defensive, because they were wounded as a little boy and as a little girl, and they never healed that part of them. They never healed that story, and they're still living out that story today.
Thank you. I hope you saw the end. Let me add this one too whilst waiting for the others. Please take note of the videos. It's very important. We'll talk about it. Okay.
Somebody asked me recently to explore the different. That's interesting. That is a distinction that's really important. It's not something I often compare. They're very different things. Emotional intelligence is the ability to work with your emotional system. It's nervous system awareness. It's emotional system awareness. It's recognizing when you need to do the work to downregulate your own nervous system. It's also about being able to consciously repair through communication and, working with other people's emotional bodies. So that's emotional intelligence. Like, I have a fluency within the world of emotions and how they work and how to resolve toward connection. Emotional maturity is something that comes across age. Maturity comes across age. And the thing is, the easiest way I can describe this is imagine a man that has a couple kids and all he's focused on is going to, festivals and peak experiences and leaving his family at home. Or he's so obsessed with his business, but he doesn't focus at all on his kids or his wife and their needs and wants and desires. So emotional maturity would be to learn how to expand beyond the self and the self-orbiting awareness and move into a place of what am I really here to do with my life, and to work with the part of ourselves that's grappling with our desire for me to be served for me, and the part that is necessary where we go for them, for us, for what are we doing. Emotional maturity is an expansion beyond the self. And it's that grapple between young prince me that wants to do things for me and get what I want, and the kind of king version or any other expansive way of looking at growth, which is I'm here to do something that's beyond me. That's emotional maturity in a nutshell. Hopefully that makes sense.
Okay. I would have said the grace for now. We can close at this point. These two videos summarizes everything we are coming to talk about, and it's so concise. If you really think about it, it's a very deep video. Both of them explains a lot of things. We as human beings, we are not just physical. We have different aspects of us. Before the 1980s, most of the time it was objectivity, physical things were explained in that light. In the 1980s, psychologists, the need for psychology and um, all things in emotion aspects started increasing. So you could see a lot of people who study in that area bringing a lot of explanation to how human beings behave. And one of the people who did that is Golden. I'll talk about him. I'll introduce him. He brought the concept of emotional intelligence. That we human beings, we are not just physical. We used to know about what? IQ, the mind, how intelligent we are. I'm sure we've heard of IQ. Have you ever heard of IQ? If you are in school, I'm sure you heard of IQ. EQ came up, which is emotional intelligence. That we are not only intelligent psychologically, we are also intelligent emotionally. So you can have someone who is psychologically very intelligent, but the person's emotion is zero. And this kind of person, you realize that they have all the intelligence, but they can't hold anyone close to them. And often such people, they don't understand others. So you see them being lonely, living alone. At the end of their lives, they are always lonely. So this is why we, especially in this industry, need to know this so much in every aspect, so that because anywhere that you are dealing with human beings, you know that it is not just their intellect, they have emotions. As our brain works, it attaches emotions to it. There are many aspects of emotional intelligence. Today is just an introductory phase that I'm trying to bring. Subsequently, we'll look at various aspects. We need to understand what emotional intelligence is. As we are as human beings, it starts from us. Before you think of others, first it starts with you as a person. If we are all emotionally intelligent in this world, I can assure you there won't be any war. Everybody will be okay with each other. That is why it is very important to have a grasp of this so far as we deal with human beings. I can see Prof in the comments. Thank you for joining. So emotional intelligence is a topic that we have to understand as human beings. So what is emotional intelligence? This is book definition. It said what is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence emotion, both in we ourselves, then in others. So it comes with the skills of what? Empathy. You should have empathy. If you understand what empathy, please put the definition in the comment section. I know you understand. We'll look at all this later on. Then self-awareness is also part of it. Then there's something called emotional regulation. How do you regulate yourself? Then how do you communicate with others? If you're able to regulate yourself, definitely it will also be seen in how you communicate with people. This is very important because as we learn how to communicate with people, it brings some serenity around us, and people tend to like our environment or be around us. So as people who deal with lots of people, because if you are here, the mind is that you grow your own community, and to grow that community, definitely there will be friction, there will be communication, there will be all sorts of things that will come. So it is very important that we raise that awareness and understand what it means. This is so, yes, emotional quotient is not only IQ, but emotional quotient is something that is very important. So he said what? It is the capacity to be aware of the control, expression, and also what how our emotions are expressed, and the relationship we have, and we do it judiciously and empathetically. This is empathy is different from sympathy. Empathy is like you are in the person's shoe, you feel like the person. if I were to be the person, how would I feel if something like this happens to me? So you start behaving like how you want the thing to happen to you. That is what empathy is. Sympathy is like you are outside, and yes, more the accounts will say, oh, nipa ni more bro, like you are having some tender feelings to the person, but you are not in the person's shoe. You are an outsider. You are there looking outside, not being inside. Empathy is different from what? Sympathy. Okay, so emotional intelligence is something that helps you and me relate better so that what? We don't brace each other, always what? Causing pain to each other. We say what we feel in a nice way, not always in a nice way, in a nice way that you'll be able to understand each other. There's no hurt that will be left behind. So, this is a very important thing that we should all have in mind. So, why should you have emotional intelligence in your personal life? In your personal life, what it does is that it helps the relationships that you are in, and also helps in communication. One of the I went to our Blue Diamonds posted something on YouTube, I think yesterday, and they were talking about emotional intelligence. And he said, "How are you?" And I went to write there that this is the most deceptive answered question that we give anywhere in the world. How are you? This question. Someone can be in severe pain, and when you ask the person, I also do that. I'm sure everyone, if you are here and maybe you are not feeling well, someone asks you, you still, especially in our part of the world, we talk about it. It's like when you respond uh, truthfully, the person will say you are being negative. This is the most falsely answered question in the world. How are you? The person is asking you now, how are you? So you are even in the worst situation, then the person asks you, how are you? And you say, I'm feeling fantabulous. I'm feeling fine, very good. I add, I'm feeling awesome to it. Even when I'm feeling so bad. I remember Sunday I was feeling so bad. I was in severe pain. Someone asked me, how are you? And I typed back, I'm feeling awesome, but I was in pain. Can you imagine it? This is the most wrongly answered question that is asked. Communication need to be, there should be trust, should be truthfulness there. We are responding with faith. That is the mindset that we always have in mind. That is true. That's how I also think about it. But it's good to be truthful in a way. It's not negativity, you are being truthful, but it depends also on the type of relationship, who that question is coming for. So, emotional intelligence in personal life helps in what? Communication. It helps in conflict resolution. Emotional intelligence helps in conflict resolution. And also what? Helps in the skills we gather, even in that. And one important thing is that it helps our mental well being. If you are able to tell people how you feel, it takes a big burden. Then, when it comes to our professional lives, it increases what? Leadership effectiveness, because there's truthfulness there, there's no manipulation there, like you are just straight to the point as much as possible, not to hurt anyone. It improves teamwork and collaboration, and also what? It helps in decision making and problem solving. So these are some of the good things we get to get when we look at emotional intelligence wherever we are. It helps us, it enhances the relationships that we have. So there are areas in emotional intelligence we need to be aware of. As I said, emotional intelligence starts from you or me. If we are talking about the situation, the person in the situation, self-awareness is the first thing. So this is the simplest definition I can give. So self-awareness is understanding your emotion and what triggers it. So if you are someone who gets angry, you need to sit down. What prompts the anger? What is bringing out the anger? As the first video said, lot of us, every human came with tabula rasa. When events happen, we don't have association with it until we read meaning to it. If someone calls you by, there are some names, when people call you by it, you'll be smiling. Others call you, then you get angry. If it's a nickname, maybe the name came with something you did, whether good or bad, and you don't like it, or maybe you like it. But when people call you, everyone that calls you has a different emotion they trigger in you. It is time we sit down and start seeing, when you are becoming angry, are the things that cause that anger. There are things that happen around us that you shouldn't feel angry. Are you a parent that probably you've gone to work? When you learn psychology and psychiatry, you learn all terms, and there's something called transference and all those things. Someone has done something at work, your boss shouted at you and you were angry from work. Oh, then your child says something that has no relationship with anger. Before you realize, the anger starts. Then now you transfer to the child in that moment. And at times we beat our children to the extent that me have experienced it before. What you've done did not really warrant beating, but the parent transferred everything to you. If you become self-aware of something like that, it helps you guard yourself. You are aware that when something, maybe there are some foods, there are some foods that trigger hormones in our body, and it can do that. Some people, when they are hungry, that is when their emotions are scattered. You need to learn about yourself. Look at the things that trigger you, the thought process that go through your mind. Look at when it starts. When you are happy, look at the things that make you happy. This is what we call self-awareness. Self-awareness, it is very important. If we learn how to do this, in fact, it will help us in many ways. It will help us in many ways. A lot of us, we don't really follow the things that happens to us, so it's like we are ruffled when things happen. If you are highly self-aware, you will be someone that nothing can shake you. I was watching through my research, I was watching one of the memes in relation to this topic. And one guy was saying that when he was younger, the mother made a statement that anyone who can make you angry owns you. Owns you, because the person can trigger you to become angry at the time they want. Is it true or false? Is it true or false? It is true. Because if someone can cause you to get angry, it means that even in public, you can disgrace yourself. Self-awareness is very, very important. When you are self-aware, it helps protect yourself. You know when to talk and not to talk. You know when to talk and not to talk. If there are things that you need to be quiet about, you will definitely be quiet about it. So self-awareness is one big topic we all need to know. So when you know yourself so much, even when the thing is negative and someone is saying it, you just keep quiet and listen. But if you're not self-aware and it's pointed out, then it triggers a negative emotions in you. This is very, very important. As a human being, you should be able to know how you behave. You should be able to monitor how your brain works. This is so, so important. So, what are some of the benefits you get when you are self-aware? The first one is that it helps you manage your emotions effectively. It also gives you what? Self-confidence. So if someone tells you that you are not something, it doesn't bother you because my brother, I know already. So you telling me doesn't trigger anything. I know myself. So it doesn't matter what you say about me. And one important thing is that it reduces stress and anxiety. You don't get anxious about things because you know yourself. You know how you will behave when some situations come. So self-awareness is a very, very important thing that we all need to master. We need to master ourselves so that what? We will know how to behave. Then after being aware doesn't end it there. Being aware doesn't end it there. Now, how do you act when you know yourself? So that is where self-regulation comes. It says self-regulation is the ability to control your impulse, feeling, and adapt to changing circumstances. Some of us, we don't like adaptation at all. Anything that we have to adapt, we don't want. We don't want that. We don't want any form of adaptation. But as a human being, you have to know that you have to always adapt. It's not everything that should trigger you. No, it's not otherwise you can't associate with anybody. You can't be able to live with anyone if you don't adapt. So when you learn how to be able to self-regulate yourself, what will you do? This is where we see people who we know that they are cholerics. Then now you start wondering whether they become melancholics. No, it is emotional intelligence that is doing that. Most of the people who are in this business, not all, but most of the people who see are vocal in this thing, most of them are cholerics. If they should go to themselves, and as a me as a Christian, we see it as a sign that what? You have the spirit that is controlling you. You can't control your emotions by yourself. Something will have to do that. It's a trained system, and we believe that what? There's a spirit that also helps us. That no matter how, I'll come and talk about, maybe the next this thing I'll come and talk about personalities and emotional intelligence, how it will help you master it. And if you're a choleric, but choleric are the people who are, it's like back, they'll just give it to you and that's all. If you have a choleric and a sanguine, that is one of the worst. Words of I thought I was a choleric until my husband told me I'm actually a sanguine. So you can imagine being a choleric and a sanguine. We are people who give it pa pa pa. It's like what people would take 20 years to say within a minute, we just say it and that's all. And that thing is a brush kind of way. If you are emotionally intelligent and self-regulated, you'll be able to hold yourself in these circumstances. You don't just brush it off or people. Say what is on your mind. Self-regulation helps to calm oneself. And also it helps in resilience when there's stress. When you are stressed out, it helps you to control the stress. So self-regulation is one important thing we need to do, and it helps to better decision making. You don't rush. We don't rush. When you are a self-regulated person, no matter what, you think through things. This aspect, melancholics do it very well. Yes, calmness in when this thing chaotic situation, calmness is what holds you in, and it also helps you in emotional stability. You are not like what swinging moods. You are not in swinging moods. It helps you to regulate yourself. Self-regulation is a very important thing we need to focus on. Then the next one is how do you get, please, if you are hearing some sounds from my background, please let me know so that I can actually move my location. If you can hear some sound, please put two comments apart from my voice. Please put two comments in the comment section so that I change my position. I'm currently in school, so okay. No one is putting, it means that you are not probably hearing the sound from my background. Okay, thank you, Doc. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the next one is what gets you motivated? Right now, I'm just going into emotional intelligence. Then now later we'll talk about how you can apply it. Motivation. So what keeps you motivated? What keeps you motivated? Is that what? It is staying driven even when challenges arise. Yes, you'll be ruffled. It's not a smooth journey. This industry helps you to connect to people emotionally and human beings. I don't want to talk too much. We know how human beings behave. Our emotions are like this. We have so many emotionally challenged people in this world. So you who are a little developed emotionally, you know how to control your environment. If you don't do that, you'll be ruffled. You will be ruffled up and down. So it is very important that as you go through this world, you have to be self-motivated in many, many ways. Things will come your way that will challenge you. The only thing that will keep you on your goal is what? Looking at your short-term and long-term goals. If your eyes are on that, no matter what the situations you are going through, your eyes will be on the goal. So it doesn't shake you. So it is very important to always keep yourself motivated. It's rather inspiration. It should come from inside. Yes, at times you don't. So look for what is in our environment that will help you motivate yourself. It is very, very important. It is very, very important. So always keep yourself motivated no matter what it is. no matter what it is. My background is noisy. Okay, let me try and move it down. I hope is the sound better now. Is the sound better now? Is the noise still coming? Okay, wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I was saying that motivation is very important. Your eye should be on the goal. Some few years ago, I decided to do some exercise continuously. I did it for a number of years. And well, you know, exercise is difficult to do. When you're exercising, it is painful. The following day to go, it's so painful. And people were wondering how I was able to be um, consistent as I was doing it. I had a mental picture. That is one thing that was motivating me. I had a mental picture of what I wanted. So becoming consistent at what I do was easier, no matter how painful it was at that time. For instance, this journey we are on, we all have our aims and goals. Someone's own is very big, someone's own is small. I remember I posted a video on the page that what dreaming is free. Dreaming is free. The sacrifice that has to go to with it, that is not free. If we have a dream, we have to have the mental picture of the sacrifice that goes with it. Without the sacrifice, there is no crown. And it is that sacrifice that should ginger you on whilst you are looking forward to seeing the crown. Seeing the crown is very important. Motivation, it is you who have to be giving yourself. It's no more about videos or anything. You have to find something that spurs you on. And mostly it's your long-term goals and also what short-term goals that should be able to be kicking you. It's what should be giving you the energy to keep moving to the for you to go forward. And emotions, usually when we are down, our emotions are scattered all over. The only thing that can spur us on is what? Our sense of motivation and your perception, what you see in a situation, that is what will put you in action. If you see, if you are looking at the situation pessimistically, there's no hope there. You have to be a crazily structured optimist to survive in this industry. You would have to be optimistic in every way. Yes, Your vision drives your action, Dr. Dorothy. It is so true. If you have a strong, solid vision, you have it. You know, you can have a vision that it feels so real. It feels so real that no matter what is happening now, it doesn't matter what is happening now, because you know you are on your way to the road of success. So no matter what is happening, you don't mind. No matter the no's you get, you don't mind, because you know where you are going. And those are the things that keeps going, pushing us for forward. We can have the group motivation and the rest, but when you go to your house, in your room, in your brain, when I say your room, it's not like your room is in your mind. No one can occupy there with you. You are the only person who knows what is there. And if you don't get a good perception, no matter what is shown you, no matter who says anything, it won't spur you on. You would have to do your own home cleaning to motivate yourself to keep going, even if everything around you looks so negative. It is your sense of motivation that will keep going. An emotionally intelligent person, the person sees hope in every situation. They said, well, marketing is saying one thing 100 times, not saying 100 things once. What does it mean? Yes, this is when you start prospecting, when you grow a team. Some people get surprised, like they've said something to their teammates, they've repeated it, but still. And I ask them, you yourself, how how are you? Not even how were you. How are you? Yes, you are leading someone. Someone is also leading you. First, we lead from ourselves before we lead others. People get annoyed when they have new people they are trying to train, and now these people are behaving like how they used to behave, and they have to repeat the thing. One important thing we should get to know is that we are on a journey. We haven't arrived. As you go, everybody you bring into this business, you haven't completed the person until the person become, even when the person become a diamond cra. I'm adding cra. If the person becomes a diamond, still you need to, because the person's belief keep changing. The human mind is so complex that someone can be optimistic 100% now, the next moment the person is gone to 10%. And you who told the person that you be with the person, you would have to hold the person's hand. It's just like marriage. If you start this journey, know that it's like a married relationship you are having with people. That is why you have no right to stop. If you haven't signed anybody, you are free to go. But please, if you've decided to bring this someone into the, that's how I see it. If I decide to partner someone until the end, I don't stop. It's a commitment letter you've written to the person. It's not about the $50 you are getting. It's a journey. You promised the person, and you would have to keep going. And this is every day you have to be marketing toward to the person. You have to be guiding the person consistently. It's not only once. It is a lifetime journey. It is not only one. It is not only one. You don't just get $50, that's all. You show the person that you are going to Black Diamond. Make sure you get there. The day you get to Black Diamond, you can quit, but not now. Since none of here are Black Diamonds, I beg, you don't have the right to quit. So far as you signed one person, it's a journey. Know that what? You would have to repeat the same thing over and over again. It is not only once. So when you repeat and people are not getting it, an emotionally mature person will know that it takes time for people to grasp things. So you keep saying it. So if you see us repeating things, it is not that we are doing anything wrong. We are doing what is actually right. Because if you are really in this industry, know that it is repetition that helps people understand things. So keep doing, keep going. Definitely one day someone will understand. The next thing in emotional intelligence is empathy. I mentioned it earlier. Empathy. You understand yourself now. You can now what? Relate to what people are saying, and you can regulate how you feel towards them. Now you would have to relate to them, and it is only empathy that helps that. So he said what? Empathy is understanding others' emotion and being perspective enough. How? No, so you look at, okay, I invited a prospect to a presentation, and the prospect didn't show up. What do we feel? What is the emotion that comes? Put it in the comment section. Like you banked your hope on someone showing up. The person assured you everything, and the person didn't show up. What is the emotions that comes? What is the emotion that you first feel? Let's put it in the comment section. What is the emotions you feel when you invite someone and the person doesn't come? Like with all the assurance you have, especially when it comes to now that we are going to disappointment. Disappointment. Let's be frank. Let's be dreams keep you motivated. Okay, let's be frank. What are the feeling? Is it only disappointment? Let's the real feelings, like if not because of this, the real feelings that come. It's not only disappointment. It's not only disappointment. Don't you feel anger? Don't you feel anger? Let's be frank with ourselves. Those are the emotions that come. Those are the emotion. Disappointment, yes, but other emotions come with it too. Frustration, downheartedness. Those are the emotions we feel when the things happen. Regret, tired. Those are the things that do you need to be truthful to yourself. First, become aware of what you are feeling. Disappointed, yes. Become aware of what you are feeling. And tell rejection, sad, yes. Discouraged, those are real emotions we feel. So if you put words on these emotions, then now this is where the self-regulation, disrespected, yes. At times we feel disrespected. Some of them, they are our genius or this thing, but still, you think you are giving opportunity, sad, disappointed, and sad. We feel all those things. When you put them, you see that this is what I'm feeling now. This is how I feel. So then, now the self-regulation tells you that calm down. The motivated, yes, those are the things. The motivated, now calm down. Then the regulation now says, oh, okay, let's look at it in a different way. This is where the empathy comes. Anything could happen. So you put scenarios in your mind. Oh, probably the person's phone went off. Maybe some emergency came. If you don't put that, this is where people start ghosting their prospects. Or they call and bash. We've had those experiences with people. They will bash the person and that's the end. Or they will never talk to the person again. An emotionally intelligent person will see that what you need to look at the other side. There could be anything that had gone wrong. Anything could have gone wrong. So what you have to do is that you need to now re-look at the situation. So if you approach the person now, oh, hello. So you don't sound disappointed. You call the person, oh, I saw you couldn't join the call. I hope everything, the first thing is that you have to be empathetic. I hope everything is all right. I can assure you, with that tone, the person will even start feeling bad without you saying it. If you bash the person won't come again. But if you stretch an understanding hand towards the person will be truthful to you. So if you are an empathetic person, the first thing you see is that it strengthens your personal and professional relationship. Empathy is good. It reduces misunderstanding and conflict. That's one thing. Then it improves teamwork and collaboration. People are now willing to work with you because they know that when they go wrong, oh, you won't bash them. At least you understand them. But be careful with this. At times, if you do that, people may take advantage. It doesn't mean, if you're empathetic, it doesn't mean that you don't face reality. At times I tell my prospect, oh, I can see the thing, you don't really like this. Can we stop? And if you do that, I'm telling you, those who are really interested, they will come back to you and it will give you like you know where to go with them. But if you don't do it, empathy doesn't mean that you don't face reality. It's not a fantasy. You would, if you have empathy, it means that what you are facing reality and calling a spade, but doing it in a nice way so that what you don't brush someone's emotion. This is very important. So empathy is a good thing that we should also develop. Then you would have to learn soft skills. Some of us, we are just used to the corporate way, like robots, kind of being objective. We don't have any subjectivity. We haven't developed any skill to help us. So soft skills like how to communicate with people, how to make people feel comfortable. We don't have all those things. In this business, you would have to get soft skills to help you, because that is what enhances relationship and what teamwork. You need to know how to work together with people. It's very important. How to behave when you are in public, those are soft skills. It is how to present, their soft skill, how to communicate, how to relate to what people you are presenting with. You don't go and slides, then that's all. Social skills are very important because what they help in managing relationships, inspiring others, and also it helps in effective communication. Public speaking is a soft skill we have to learn. Definitely, if you are looking at leading 10,000 people, you should develop public speaking skills. 10,000 team is what? Black diamond. And our goal is black diamond. So as a person to lead 10,000 people, start learning the skills now. Those soft skills. It helps a lot. Our time is going. So now, how do you develop your emotional intelligence? I'll be playing some videos and take note of them. They have very important lessons you would have to learn when you are learning how to help you develop emotion. He said what? I like the statement here and I brought it. He said what? Don't be afraid of being different. Be afraid of being the same as everyone. Every one of us, we have our own emotions. Own your emotion because your personality is different from mine. You can't be me. I'm unique. You're also unique. So own yourself. It is very important. And as you own it, it helps you understand your situation and how to relate to people. This is very important. So I'll be playing some videos. Please take note of these videos.
Have you noticed what happens when you stop reacting? When you quit explaining yourself? Like, it's almost immediate, and it's fascinating to watch. What they need is your reaction, your defensiveness, your desperate attempts to be understood, your emotional outbursts. That's what they need. They feed on all of that energy. When you stop giving it to them, they have nothing to work with, nothing to manipulate, nothing to use against you. Some people unconsciously structure their entire relationships around provoking reactions from others. It gives them a sense of power, of importance. They need you upset to feel in control. The moment you stop playing that game, you take all of the power away. Not by fighting harder, but by not fighting at all. It's not about winning arguments. It's honestly about recognizing which ones aren't even worth having.
Of mine's play, and it was like, honesty is really easy, just tell the truth. And this is a lesson I've learned, right? So I went to see a friend of mine's play, and it was easily the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If she wasn't in it, I would have walked out. It was awful. And at the end of the performance, first question was, what did you think? And she knows I'm an honest broker. She's all jacked up on adrenaline. She's all jacked up on emotion. Now is not the time. But the problem is, I can't lie. We lie all the time to protect other people's feelings. You get given a gift, it's the ugliest sweater you've ever seen in your life. And they go, what do you think? You go, oh my God, I love it, thank you. You don't love it. Don't say you love it to protect them. But you don't have to be honest in the moment. So what I said was, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. It was so amazing to be here and watch you do your thing. I've never sat in the audience and seen you do your thing before. And it was so much joy to see you on stage. All of that was true. And that was it, done. The next day, when all the adrenaline had come down and there was no more emotion, I called her up and say, can I tell you what I thought of the play? She goes, yeah. And then I told her point by point why it sucked. But we had a rational conversation the next day. And I think we make this mistake all the time in our relationships, which is we think we have to be honest in the moment, but we don't read the room and understand that there's too much emotion involved to have a rational conversation. You meet emotion with emotion, you meet rational with rational. You can't mix the two.
Then this is the last one.
Most know the basics: anger, sadness, happiness, but those don't always capture the full picture. If you want to boost your emotional intelligence, here are 5 things you can do. Number 1, expand your emotional vocabulary. Most people know the basics: anger, sadness, happiness, but those don't always capture the full picture of what you're feeling. Start learning more nuanced emotions like inquisitive, ashamed, playful, disillusioned, or tender. When you can label your emotions with more precision, you'll respond with more intentionality. Number 2, show empathy without absorbing someone else's emotions. You don't have to fix their pain, and you definitely don't have to carry it. You just have to be present and say something like, that sounds really difficult. You don't have to solve their problem. When you constantly rescue people from their own feelings, you rob them of the opportunity to process and grow. Number 3, offer genuine apologies. That means dropping your ego. A good apology has 4 parts. First, say you're sorry and name what you're sorry for. Second, explain how your actions impacted the other person. Third, share how you plan to change. And fourth, actually follow through. This builds long-term trust. Number 4, learn to say I don't know. A lot of people try to talk their way through topics they barely understand because they're afraid of looking bad. But what actually looks worse is pretending to know and getting it wrong. It's okay to say, I'm not sure, I have to look into that. That's a sign of emotional maturity, not ignorance. And number 5, don't brag about having emotional intelligence. Doing that just defeats the whole purpose.
Great. Then I want you to watch the last one.
I process before I produce. Okay, I feel upset. Okay, great. Now, what do you want this person to know about you being upset? I want you to know that you spoke on something that I didn't authorize you to speak on, and you're my best friend, and that wasn't cool. To know, yes. So how do you deliver that so they get the message and not your emotion reacting? Once I'm in my emotion, I'm identifying, listen, I love you. You're my best friend. I'm in my emotion. You told something I asked you not to. That hurt my feelings. I'm still in my emotion. Can I ask you to not ever do that again? And can I trust you not to do it? You say yes. And I say, can you commit to respecting my boundary? I'm still in my emotion. I have yet to get in my feelings. And my feeling is, you're on some BS. I'm not with that. You could have did it differently. You was waiting to dog me. You was waiting to throw me. That's something in my, and you're like, whoa, wasn't my intent. But knowledge of the person, like the Bible says, love your partner. That just means anyone you're in a relationship with, not just your romantic partner, by knowledge of them. And knowledge means if I know you, not my idea of you, if I know you, guess what? I will already know you slipped up on accident and told my business.
Okay. So those are the last one. When we finish, then I'll show it. So these are the things that helps you understand yourself, and it leads us to one of the most, my slide. I want my slide so that we finish early. Okay. So these are the ways that you can actually develop yourself emotionally. And it is something we practice. It doesn't happen just once. It is a step, it's a gradual thing. Just like you learned from class 1 to whatever level. Emotional intelligence, just like IQ, EQ to emotional quotient, you will work on it. And as time goes, it grows with you. So it is something we have to do, and we would have to back it with the ethics. It's knowing the difference between what have right to do and what the knowing what um knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do are two different. They are two different situations. You know your rights, but should you do it? Is it right to do that time? It's not every time, especially when you are driving. Have you driven? It's like you have the right of the way. They always, when you are going through the lessons in driving, they tell you consider they call something defensive driving. It doesn't matter how right you are on the road. Just consider every other driver that they are foolish, in quotes. So even when you have the right to go and the person is misbehaving, give the way to the person. Let the person go. Because if you are insisting on you will crash and both of you will have accident. And who is the fool now? So emotional intelligence, it is not always you hold your right and right and right. There are times that you allow things to flow. Do what is right. It's not always that we should stand on what we have a right to do. And this will help a lot in many, many ways. And we have to, there's a book called The Five Love Languages. Everyone should get it. If you get this book, it doesn't matter who is in your life, your spouse, your children, your colleagues, you can relate to it. It's a small book. I have the picture on it. The one that I bought has that picture. Get that book and read. Understand the love language of people around you. If you understand this, I can assure you, you would always be holding people in their relating to people in the emotions in which they like. If you get to know what their love languages is. Some people are good with words. So if you use words to abuse them, that's the end of it. So you would have to know. You may think that there are some people, some of us, if you use some words, we don't mind. But there are some people, when you use that, it will be in their pain. Such people, if you beat them, they don't feel it. But words alone, you've killed them. So know the love languages of people. Some people, just being nice to them, service is what they like. Some like gifts. So once in a while, buy airtime for your teammates. Do some promo and reward people with those things. They will buy t-shirt, buy books for some of the people. And when you do that, you help them for life. Some people, spending time with them is enough. When have you gotten? In my church, it's one of the things that we really go to visitation. We interact a lot. So we go to church and spend the whole day there because we like the associating with people. And people love that. Some people's love language is what? Spending quality time with them. Some people is touch, just holding, hugging. Some people, when you do that, they are satisfied. Learn the love language of people and relate with them in such a way, and it will help you. And this all ends up in leadership. Leadership is leading yourself. If you are able to lead yourself and have good relationship with others, leadership becomes easy. If you are a leader, it is not the time to lord it over people. Let's get this. Leadership doesn't mean you are a boss. Leadership says what? You have the privilege to help people have a better life. And it is not to satisfy your needs. There is a saying, help others achieve what they have and yours will be achieved. I haven't put it well in the right quote, but I know you've heard it before. If you help many achieve their goals, whatever you want in this world will be achieved. That is what leadership is. An emotionally intelligent, matured leader will understand that helping others achieve their smaller goals will end up helping them achieve the bigger goal at the end. Don't decide that people are in your team. Me, I don't even call them a downline. I don't like that word at all. Downline, up. No, I call them teammates. They have every right as me. That is the attitude we should assume. You are supposed to help them improve their lives, to become a better version of themselves. Anyone, put it as one of your goals that anyone who comes into contact with you, the person's life will become better than how it was. In any way possible, either psychological, any way, let it be your goal. And if you do that, these are the books that I want you to look at. Get these books because they are life enriching books. If you are able to absorb this book, I can assure you, everybody would like to be around you because it will help you understand people more and make their lives better, and you yourself, your life will be better. And before my last two videos, before our time is far spent, I want you to watch this.
You are not angry. If you want to improve emotional intelligence and better manage your emotions, start by de-identifying from the emotion. Instead of, I am angry, you are not angry, you've identified the emotion of anger based on what your body is doing, the physiological sensation, and how your brain has made sense of that, the cognitive interpretation, based on the context. So say to yourself, my brain and body have registered the emotion of anger. Instead of, I'm sad, I have registered the emotion of sadness, or simply, I feel sad. This process of emotional self-awareness and de-identification is really important as a first step because emotions can be seen like data, information. They tell you something and then you choose what you do with that information.
Great. And one thing we should all bear in mind that communication, let me see. Okay.
I can say everything the right way, be as clear as possible, but if you don't want to understand me, then it's just silent chaos. I shouldn't have to beg you to hear me. I toe around my words just so you don't twist them into something that they're not. You don't listen to understand. You listen to react. You listen to defend yourself. You listen just enough to argue back. And I'm exhausted because no matter how many times I try to explain, you only hear what you want to hear. You take my feelings and you make them about you. You turn my words into a battle that I never even wanted to fight, but I'm done. I'm done trying to make you see my side. Done trying to prove that my feelings are valid. If you wanted to understand me, you would. If you cared, you would. You see, real connection doesn't take convincing. It just flows. It feels safe.
Someone is saying that this thing is love language is food. That's wonderful. Okay. So yes, no matter what, we should know this. No matter what it is, people would communication comes in. It's not when you learn about communication, communication is not one way. It's a two-way channel. It's a two-way channel. So if you are communicating with people, you would have to understand that the point of comprehension also comes. How do people understand what you are saying? This is so important. It is not only what you just say, but also how people understand. I don't know why my slide is not coming. How people understand it. So you as someone who is receiving a message from someone, ask yourself, am I really understanding what the person is saying? A leader tells you something, then you take it as what the person is trying to attack you. Probably the mindset the person is coming from is not how you are understanding it. So emotional intelligence is not just only from the deliverer, but you who is receiving. Ask yourself, am I comprehending enough? So you can say all the beautiful, bad, good, no matter what label you put on it. It is how you take it. And especially we women, hey, that's that thing. We've been created to be emotional. So anything, and people don't survive in this. You see, lot of men rise in this industry. What is wrong with my slide? I don't know what's wrong with my slide. My slide has refused to come on the screen. He's angry for me for changing the position. It's just the thank you page that is coming. So we women are very emotional. So when things happen, then we just attach emotions to it. We've always been saying remove emotions for when you're inviting all those things. Remove emotions from it. But when it comes to this industry, we don't want to do that. And within a twinkle of an eye, we women will give up. And for men, they've been bounced many times. Ask any man here, are they married to the first woman? It's just, there will be some, but maybe 1% will tell you the first woman they propose to is who they are married to. Most of the men, they've been bounced back forth, so they are used to. Women, we are not used to that. So when we come into this industry, anything that is unexpected to us, then we attach emotions to it and we quit. That is why we give up. Comprehension is very important. How you understand what people are saying is important. Remember, emotional intelligence also comes with understanding, not only how you give it to people. So bear it in mind. Any situation that comes your way, ask yourself, are you emotionally intelligent? Are you acting emotionally intelligent in this situation? If you are not, then you put yourself in the right situation to be able to act as such. This is so important. So on this note, this is what I have for you this evening. We've exceeded the time I gave myself, and thank you for being here from the beginning and all the nice statements you've given from the beginning. Prof is giving back forth, front, forward. Reverend Biju is there giving. Doc Hans, Boss Solo, I can see you all. Thank you, everyone who is commenting. And remember, Sunday, give me your best emoji in the comment section. This Sunday at Mensvik Hotel, we are having our first physical meeting at Mensvik. Who wants to be there? Give me your best emoji in the comment section. Give me your best emoji. If you are here and you don't come on Sunday, we are meeting physically. I will be there. Will you be there? No matter where you are in Ghana, it doesn't matter. You can be there. You know, first things are very important. First things are very important. Be there, because we'll take a picture and mark that day. The day that we'll start filling stadium, you will say that you too, you were at Mensvik. So make sure that Sunday, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. you are there. Dress nicely, officially, and present yourself. Invite people. It will be fire. It will be fire. Please don't miss this. Oh, this is what? A time that will mark in calendar for years to come. So don't be left out. Travel and come and see, because it will be shaggy. I can't wait for that day. First things are remarkable. So I expect to see you there. I know YouTube, we don't know where the emojis are, so people are taking time to do it. Thank you for being on this call, and I expect to see. And tomorrow, please, tomorrow, 8 p.m., we'll be having a presentation. So invite your family, friends, and let them see. I always say, when you come, you will learn. When you come with others, eventually you would earn with them. Thank you, Reverend Biju. Thank you all. So see you tomorrow I'll be sharing the link on the pages, and let's invite people. Have an awesome evening, morning, afternoon, and thank you, Prof. Thank you, Reverend Biju. Thank you. Let me, is it Boss? Afiba, Boss Lady Afiba, Reverend Biju, thank you. Boss Lady Obasima, why am I saying Boss Lady Obasima? Boss Lady Rita, thank you. Okay, Mama J, thank you. Auntie Rose Amwati, thank you. Boss Nokli, thank you. Mr. Teria, thank you. Boss Lady Delassie, thank you. Dr. KOA, Prof. KOA, thank you. Boss Lady Vivian, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Boss Chumesi, thank you for the back-to-back comments and powerful comments. Boss Lady, this the Auntie Rosamati, this is a more than 70-year-old woman always commenting on on our calls. Boss Lady Justine, I can see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Boss Lady Fortunate, thank you. Boss Lady Agnes, I thank you. Thank you all for coming. So I'll be ending the call. Who did I miss? Boss Akios, Byra. Please, I need to know how to pronounce your name very well. Boss Lady Dorcas, thank you, thank you, thank you. Boss Frederick, thank you. Hey, Sir Calvin, good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. Have I let Boss Lady Celine, Reverend Lawrence, thank you, Boss Solomon Bicham, thank you. Thank you all. I hope I haven't left anybody out. Thank you for being on the call and see you on the pages. And please, let's keep asking questions on the pages. That is what will make the page interesting. Ask questions. Ask questions. A lot of it. Ask. Is very important. Boss Henry, I see you too. Thank you. Thank you. So have an awesome evening and let me end it here. We spent too much time here. Thank you. Bye bye.